Nice. XDS. 6 rounds. Nice payload in a small package, but it'd be nice to have a couple more rounds, wouldn't it? Like that in a 9mm. Yes, XDS is out now in 9mm. It shoots fine. Has a better trigger than the 45 version. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you. Maybe it's maybe they've just done some improvement on the triggers. This trigger, actually the guns are known, I think, for having a nice trigger and reset and everything. And this one is even better. So I don't know if they're all like that, but I love the trigger on this baby. I really do. So 9mm, I'll put the other one together. It holds 7 rounds in the standard flush magazine, and it the 45, as you know, you recall, holds a 5 in the flush magazine. Here's the magazine for it. See, it even has a 5 on it for dummies like me, and the 9mm magazine has a 7 on it for dummies like me, so I can count and keep track of how many rounds I'm able to carry and put in the magazine. So you got 7+1 or 5+1 there. Now, this isn't necessarily a big comparison endeavor here, but I wanted to bring that one out too, since we have it. I purchased that one, and this one again is on loan, and we'll decide. So far I like it. It shoots really well. It really does. I thought it was shooting left, and I'm not sure. I actually drifted the rear sight a little bit and messed with it some, and I might have it just a hair over to the right. As you can see, it seems to be shooting straight on now. I really do believe it might shoot a hair to the left, just not sure. It was before I put the Talon grips on, and with a thin grip I tend to want to pull. I don't know if you're like that, but I tend to pull a gun to the left if I'm not careful. If the grip doesn't fill my hand at all, if it's really thin, I have to watch that. And when I put the grips on, I don't know, seemed to help, but I'm not sure yet. But I really took my time with it. A lot of people think their firearm shoots to the left. That's classic if you're right-handed, okay? And so, as much as I shoot, I really had to just get on paper, get on some steel that had been painted, and I mean, take my time and get a great trigger break and focus as best I possibly can. And it still seemed maybe go just a hair to the left, which is really rare for a fixed-sighted one of these guns, because all this stuff is done, CNC machining and everything. So the verdict's not totally in on that, but it did seem to go a little bit to the left. These guns are so popular now, aren't they? These slimline, single stack, 9mm, or 45 for that matter, because of all the carry laws and so many states where it's legal now to carry, and it's still legal. It will be legal because we're making sure, aren't we, through our efforts, especially over the last few months, we're not going to give up the right to carry. We're not giving up that Second Amendment, are we? We work on it, all of us, you, me, John, all of us, we work on it constantly, especially now. In fact, I'm going to Philadelphia in a couple days, May 25th, for another kind of a rally, so hope you're there if you live in the area. But we're just not going to relax, because being able to defend yourself and pick out a gun like this that fits you, that you like, and that could save you or your family's life someday, it's a right. I started to say privilege. It's a right that we have in this country. We are not giving up, are we? And because of that, there are so many cool firearms that are available. The Nano, the PM9, the Shield, which I don't have, but we'll probably get one of those back here before too long. What else? Some of the SIG, what's a P938, I guess. There's so many nice little 9mm now. You could call them pocket guns, but they're not necessarily pocket guns, are they? Because they can be carried in lots of different ways. So I was carrying one of these XDS's in a pocket holster. This is an Alabama holster. You heard me brag about those. I like those a lot. And great, it's got that little lip on it. You thumb it right out of there, and it hooks on your pocket. So I love those. And then on my belt, I have, this is the only holster I have, I guess, like that for the XDS. but it's a hidden hybrid holster. So I like those kinds of holsters. So I had 2 different carry methods with this gun. I carried, by the way, the 45 much of last summer, this one, in this holster, pocket carry. I did much of the summer. Partly I was experimenting to see if I could in cargo shorts pocket, as I'm wearing now. Works okay, prints just a little bit, but it's yeah, it works. It works. It's a little big for that maybe, but it works if you want. So let's take a few shots at it, and again verify if these sights are on or if I'm on. I don't guess I've used that magazine. We'll assume it works. Let's try it on that 2-liter. Now, there's a paint can. It's about empty. Oh, I like that. Nice reset. Really is. Let's go on over to the gong. Try the red plate. Not sure whether that hit or not. It sounded like it hit something. I guess they all hit something, don't they? Yeah, okay. Okay. Just had to have a little pig before I ran out of ammo over there. Yeah, they all hit something, unless you shoot them into space, and then I guess they could go on for a pretty good while. So that is pretty cool. Now, with these, if you're not familiar with these, and of course we have videos, I guess, on all these things: the Nano, the Car, the 30S, the Shield, the SIG I brought up, of course the 45 here. But you do get sights that are adjustable for windage. You get your loaded chamber indicator, you know, right there. That looks like that if you have a round in the chamber. Okay, and you have ambi mag release. Okay, that's actually there all the time. You don't have to reverse it. Got your grip safety, which some people don't like, of course, but you do have that. And I have Talon grips on it, of course. Like I say, they just make it feel so much better to me. I go ahead and put those on, generally speaking. I do use the rubber ones occasionally. You notice anything that might be a pocket carry, I tend to put the rubber ones on. Okay, and I wear out fewer pockets. You got a little bit of rail there. You easy breakdown, you already saw that. I like the front sight. You know, those things just really jump out at you. You got your 3 dots and your fiber optic up there, very clear. And this one has a nice trigger. You do have a replaceable back strap. There's a couple of choices. An extra one comes with you. I didn't change them out. They feel okay to me as they are. The gun is thinner, and that's kind of, well, I load these. Let me tell you about that. These guns, they're not miniature, these XDSs, but they are thinner. That's where they excel in terms of, I guess, comparing them with a lot of standard 9mm or 40 caliber SIGs, Glocks, M&P, any of those guns you want to talk about that are like service grade size. They're just thinner. Not a lot. They're not a lot thinner, but they're a little bit thinner. And for you folks that don't have the option to carry, you don't carry in a holster, it's not legal or whatever, you're in a country where you're lucky to even be able to shoot at a range maybe somewhere. But for folks who carry in a holster, particularly inside the waistband, there's it's almost a phenomenon. It really is. As much as I have shot and carried, I still am surprised that there's that much difference when I put this gun in this holster. You know, with this belt and these pants, I can tell a difference between carrying this and carrying, say, a Glock 19. And it's not like it's like that much thicker or something. It's just strange that it would make that much difference. For those of you who maybe don't even shoot, have a lot of experience with with handguns and you have with rifles and shotguns. It's similar to if you add that much to the stock of a rifle or a shotgun. You think, well, whoop-de-doo, that wouldn't make any difference, but it feels like a different gun, doesn't it? And there's just, you just can't overestimate the difference that makes. Yeah, okay, that's better. Oh boy. Oh, let's try a pig over there while I'm enjoying this gun. Oh, I thought I hit it. Yeah, I hit him twice. Maybe not. Yeah, Mr. Terry, well, let's just go for the chicken. Let's see if the sights are on, or if I'm on. All right, John will have to finish him off. All right, I'll tell you what, that thing's a shooter.